Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So today is Wednesday. So it is 26th of February. It is Govinda Masa, Falguna Masa, Krishna Paksham, and Chaturdasi Tithi. So there is one event. So today it is the Sivaratri. So it is Mahasivaratri, sometimes celebrated by devotees of Krishna, and so so that we see in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, so we shall read a few lines from the special Vaishnava days. So these instances like from the Bhagavatam. So once upon a time, the cowherd men of Vrindavan headed by Nanda Maharaja decided to go to Ambikavana to observe the Sivaratri ceremony. So this is one of the pastime that we see in the Srimad Bhagavatam. And this is mentioned as the once upon a time desired. That means it is not regularly observing the Sivaratri function, but that once upon a time they wanted to go to Ambikavana out of curiosity. Okay, so that is just an indication just why devotees of Krishna also celebrate the Sivaratri. So, and about the glories of Lord Shiva. So, during the churning of the milk ocean by the demons and the demigods, an ocean of deadly poison was produced to save the world from devastation. Merciful Lord Shiva drank this ocean and kept this within his throat, and it appears as a blue line on his neck. Okay, so that is there is again some pastimes about the Lord Shiva about there are one is how he appears, and then in the Bhagavatam in the fourth canto and the Daksha Yajna, so there is a very beautiful narrations of Lord Shiva, and some auspicious meditations on Lord Shiva as Sivaratri. Vaishnavanam Yada Shambhu. Shambhu or Lord Shiva is the ideal Vaishnava. He constantly meditates upon Lord Rama and chants Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Lord Shiva has a Vaishnava Sampradaya which is called the Rudra Sampradaya or Vishnu Swami Sampradaya. Lord Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Aham sarvasya prabhavo mattah sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam bhuda bhava samanvitaha. I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. The wise who perfectly know this engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their hearts. And all Vedic literatures agrees that Krishna is the source of Brahma, Shiva, and all other demigods. It is said in the same Vedas, Brahmanyo Devaki Putraha, the son of Devaki, Krishna is a supreme personality. That is mentioned in the Narayana Upanishad, verse number 4, maybe chapter Upanishad 4. Then it is said, Eko vai Narayana Asin, na Brahma, na Ishano, na Apo, na Agni, समो नेमे झायो अप्रीतिवा नक्षत्राणि न सूर्यः. In the beginning of the creation, there was only the Supreme Personality Narayana. There was no Brahma, no Shiva, no water, no fire, no moon, no stars in the sky, no sun. It is from the Maha-Upanishad. In the Maha-Upanishad, it is also said that Lord Shiva was born from the forehead of Supreme Lord. Thus, the Vedas say that it is the Supreme Lord, the creator of Brahma and Shiva, who is to be worshipped. Prajapatim cha Rudram chapi aham eva srujam vai. So this is the moksha dharma. So Krishna says, Tauhi mam navijanito mama maya vimohitau. The patriarchs Shiva and others are created by me, though they do not know that they were created by me because they were deluded by my illusory energy. And Narayana is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and from him Brahma was born, from whom Shiva was born. So this is again, there are further pastimes of Lord Shiva, and also Lord Shiva's instructions to Parvati Devi. These are very appropriate for all of us, and how one has to speak. Atarbihi navite silimukaihi sete ditango udhena dhuyeta swanam yata vakridhyam dhruptibihi Divanishim tapiti marmataditaha. So one of the statement Krishna says that we should not use our tongue unnecessarily to others, but using the words one can pierce the heart of other people. If that person who is speaking, if he is within our family members or the close relative, he will suffer day and night. This Lord Shiva says to Mother Parvati, sorry, Mother Sati Devi. So and then once Sati Devi still she goes to Daksha Yajna, and then there she was insulted, and then she just left her body, and bringing the Yoga Agni, and then later on uh, this Nandi. So there was a fight again later on. Lord Shiva he creates Veerabhadra. He goes and then kills Daksha Prajapati, and then Lord Shiva, he was in the Himalaya mountain, in the Kailas mountains, sitting like a Prashantamasinam Samshanta Vigraham. But still, he was very peacefully sitting in the Asinam Tarka Mudraya. He was speaking Bhagavatam to all the devotees there, like Narada Muni, Kumaras. So at that time, demigods they approached him. So they at that time, Lord Brahma also says few words to Shiva, saying that he glorifies that you are the reason, you are the maintainer, you are the creator, like that. So in order to make Lord Shiva as the to please him, and then later on, during that time, Lord Shiva also stood up from his position, offered his obeisances onto Brahma, just like a Vamana Dev offers his obeisances onto Kashyapa as his father. Lord Shiva also offers his obeisances onto Brahma, because Brahma is the source of Lord Shiva. So likewise, Shiva also respects. And also, Lord Shiva is also mentioned. Kshiram yatadadi vikar vishesha yoghat sanjayitanihi Prutagasti hetoho yata. This is coming from the Brahma Samhita. Just like the milk converts into yogurt, it transformed into yogurt. In the similar way, in order to maintain this cosmic uh, maintaining or this universal affairs, the Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Govinda, he takes the form of Lord Shiva, just like the milk transforms into the yogurt. But it is at the same time non-different, but there is a difference. Yogurt is also a milk, but it is different. So, but Shiva's position is different. And also there are further about we offer our obeisances to Lord Shiva in the Bhagavatam. It comes like a Rudra Gita. There is one very beautiful prayers, and from this Kandisa tree. So it is mentioned he is also Gopeshwar Mahadev. O gatekeeper of Vrindavana, O Soma, all glories to you. O you whose forehead is decorated with the moon, and who is worshipable by the sages, headed by Sanaka, Sanandana, Sanatana, and Narada. O Gopishwara, desiring that you bestow upon me prema for the lotus feet of Shri Shri Radha Madhava, who perform joyous pastimes in Rajdhama. I offer obeisances unto you, time again and again. I daily worship Gopeshwara Mahadev, who is situated on the bank of Yamuna. That very Gopeshwara was worshipped with deep devotion by the gopis, and he quickly fulfilled their desires to attain a supremely precious jewel in the form of the embrace of the son of Nanda Maharaja. Just as the Ganga is the greatest of all rivers, Lord Achyuta is the supreme among deities, and Lord Shambhu the greatest of Vaishnavas. So Srimad Bhagavatam is the greatest of all Puranas. So it is mentioned in the Srimad Bhagavatam 12, 13, 16. saying that Nimnaganam Yata Ganga, Devanam Achyuto Yata, Vaishnavanam Yata Shambhuhu, Puranam Idam Tada. Bhagavatam is the topmost of all the Puranas, and Shambhu is the topmost of all the Vaishnavas. And out of all gods, Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. And out of the rivers, Ganga is the topmost. So likewise, it is said in the Srimad Bhagavatam 12, 13, 16. And also there is a pastime of, again, the enigma of Gopishwara Mahadev. This is our Ramnath Shoka Prabhu has published the article. It is there in the, it is also shared. I will share that one. So about the Gopishwara Mahadev. Okay. Okay, so there are many pastimes of it. And so that is one of it. The story of Gopishwar comes from the Vaishnava text Garga Samhita and is very instructive for all Krishna Bhaktas. A small excerpt is directing his attention to Lord Shiva. Lord Krishna told him, now that you have taken part in the Rasa Leela, I have a very important service for you. As the Dikpala for Vrindavan, you will guide all aspiring devotees to become free from their false ego and their male or Purusha enjoying spirit. Your unique service to be stationed at the gateway of Vrindavan as a transcendental security guard for the Rasa dance. Many unqualified yogis, pseudo devotees, and mental speculators will want to join the Rasa Leela, but you must protect its purity and sanctity. Such ineligible persons may be able to physically enter the holy land of Vrindavana in India, but only on external level. Your service will be to allow selfless pure devotees to mystically enter spiritual Vrindavana. Okay, so this is very beautiful of about Gopeshwar Mahadev. So there is again Murti of Gopeshwara in the Prabhupada Museum at Krishna Balarama Mandir. So there is one picture. Okay, so there are different pastimes of Lord Shiva. So in this time, many of the devotees who are observing, they I think they celebrate with different kinds of lentils, boil it and offer it to Lord Shiva, and then distribute it to the devotees. And throughout the night, they hear the Lord Shiva's pastimes, how he is connected. Okay, so that is about the from the events perspective. We shall move into our daily Srimad Bhagavatam. ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय Hare Krishna. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, so the King Parikshit, he was very enthusiastic and interested to know about the conversations between Vidura and Maitreya Rishi. So they are all transcendental. It is not ordinary thing. Nahi alpadha udayah tasya. They are not ordinary things. Vidurasya amalatmanaha. Vidura is the great sage, he saintly person. So he definitely asked all his transcendental questions. Tasmin variyati prashnaha sadhavata upabrumbhitaha. They are asking very transcendental questions, not ordinary things. So after Parikshit inquires, so today the Sutta Goswami, he is saying to responding to Saunakadi sage, saying that Sukadeva Goswami, after hearing Parikshit inquiry, he was very pleased, and then he started to respond. And then he is going to narrate the little bit of pastime of Bharatam. Okay, we are in the Srimad Bhagavatam, third canto, chapter 1, verse number 5 and 6. Sutta Uvacha स एवं ऋषिवर्योऽयं पृष्टो राज्ञा परीक्षितं प्रत्याहतं सुभुवित् प्रीतात्मा त्रुयिताम् iti. Sutta Goswami saying, स एवं ऋषिम् स एवं ऋषिवर्योऽयं. So Rishivaryoyam. Rishivarya is the great sage, the Maharshi. Rishivaryoyam. the great Rishi. Saivam das Rishivaryoyam, the Sukadeva Goswami, Prushtorajna Parikshita. He was questioned by the King Maharaja Parikshit. Prushtorajna Parikshita. Pratyaha tam subhovit prati aha. Prati aha is the, he replied, tam subhovit. Subhovit is the, he highly experienced in transcendental topics. Subhovit. And so he is responding to Parikshit. How he is responding? Pritatma, Sritamiti. Pritatma is the fully satisfied. So here, whenever saintly person is asked by any people about the transcendental topics, then they will be very pleased. So that is how we can ask transcendental questions, spiritual questions, not the material things. Pritatma, Sritamiti, after hearing from the Parikshit Maharaj. And then Sritam is the please hear me, oh Parikshit. Likewise, he was saying, Saivam Rishivaryoyam Pruštauradhya Parikshita Pratyaha tam Subahuvit Pritatma Suritamiti. So now he is going to speak. Sukadeva Goswami is going to say. So translation for this verse. Shri Suta Goswami said, the great sage Sukadeva Goswami was highly experienced and was pleased with the king. Thus being questioned by the king, he said to him, please hear the topics attentively. After saying that, Sukadeva Goswami started to saying that, so start going back to the Bharata, saying that the Dhritarashtra, in order to maintain his dishonest children, so he decided to send the Pandavas, who are the fatherless, sent to the lacquer house, where he wanted to burn them with the fire. With a bad plan, he has sent to, he has arranged such kind of thing. Likewise, he is mentioning Sukadeva Goswami started speaking before with speaking about Vidura. Just he starting from about the Dhritarashtra. यदा तु राजा स्वसुतान् असाधून् कृष्ण अधर्मेण विनष्टदृष्टिः भ्रातुर्विष्टस्य सुतान् विबन्धून् प्रवेशलाक्षा भवने दधाः यदा तु राजा स्वसुतान् असाधून् and yadatu raja swasutan asadun. Here the yadatu raja is the Dhritarashtra. Whenever Dhritarashtra swasutan, his own children, asadun, they are like dishonest children. Duryodhana, Dushasana, these are all dishonest children of Dhritarashtra. Because they are the elder brothers, because elder brothers are bad and all other younger brothers are also, they follow in their footsteps. So this because of their bad thoughts. Swasutan asadun pushnan na dharmena. He wanted to maintain pushnan, nourishing those children. Na dharmena. It is not by righteous path, not by honestly, because of vinasta drishtihi. Vinasta drishti, one who has lost his insight. He is blind to the dharma. Na dharmena. So he wanted to nourish his children improperly, without rules, without following the dharma. Vinasta drishtihi. Bratur yavistasya sutan vibandun. Bratuhu. Bratuh is his Bratur yavistasya. His younger brother Pandu. He is called Panduraja. And Sutan vibandhun. And the children of the Pandu, when they are vibandhun, when they are fatherless, at the time, what he did, Dhritarashtra, Pravesha Laksha Bhavane Dadaha. Pravesha, he made to enter into lacquer house or Laksha. This is the lacquer house. He made the Pandavas to enter into that Laksha Bhavane Dadaha, and then he set on fire. He arranged it to set on fire. So that is the Dhritarashtra is the Dushta Buddhihi. Durbuddhihi. This is the Dhritarashtra's Durbuddhi. Vinasta Drishtihi. Na dharmena. and he wanted to maintain his children in improper way. Pushnan, nourishing in the na dharmena, without following the dharma. So that is starting from that point. Sukadeva Goswami saying, Yadatu Raja Swasutan Asadhun Pushna na dharmena vinasta drushtihi Bhratur vinastasya sutan vibandhun Pravesha Laksha Bhavane Dadaha. So translation, Sri Sukadeva Goswami said, King Dhritarashtra became blind under the influence of impious desires to nourish his dishonest sons, and thus he set fire to the lacquer house to burn his fatherless nephews, the Pandavas. And purport by Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Can you request Usha Mataji to read the small purport, please?
Prabhu Hare Krishna. Dhritarashtra was blind from birth, but his blindness is committing impious activities to support his dishonest son was a greater blindness than his physical lack of eyesight. The physical lack of sight does not bar one from spiritual progress. But when one is blind spiritually, even though physically fit, that blindness is dangerously detrimental to the progressive path of human life. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. Thank you, Mataji. So here Prabhupada is mentioning Dhritarashtra was blind from birth, but his blindness in committing impious activities to support his dishonest sons was a greater blindness than his physical lack of eyesight. Generally, whenever people, when their essential needs are not fulfilled, they will take into different wrong paths to get those livelihood earned in a wrong ways. But here, Dhritarashtra, he is the king and he has got many things. He does not have to, because dishonest means, for example, even sometimes monkeys also they enter into the villages or homes to try and steal some kind of food items, not gold and such kind of thing, just the food to nourish their tummy. And all kinds of animals they follow. It is called Yasyatma Buddhi Kunape Tridatuke. Just they are always bound by their material body. But when it comes to the human, when he is also following that one, he is not a human being. So that is scripture says that one. But here, Dhritarashtra, he is blindly committing that impious activities to support his dishonest sons. It is a greater blindness than the physical lack of eyesight. So though one is blind physically, but it would not stop from the spiritual progress. So generally, we can say a person who is blind and his ears, his hearing capacity is more prominent. He can very quickly advance in the spiritual realization if he hears the transcendental topics. I think one of our Ramabhadra, some of the saint, he's the devotee of Lord Ramachandra. He was hearing all these kind of scriptures and everything, and he was also one of the key person in identifying uh, the Rama's birthplace. From the Rig Veda, he has mentioned he was a blind from childhood, but he knows all the transcendental knowledge. He has been hearing, but hearing is the most Bhagavan Shabda Gocharaha. Lord can be understood through by hearing. It is the eyesight does not bar one from spiritual progress. But when one is blind spiritually, even though physically fit, that blindness is dangerously detrimental to the progressive path of human life. So this one has to always uh, think, always contemplate whether he is being right or not, according to the scriptural injunctions. Otherwise, yasastra vidhi musrujya vartate kama sambhavaha न सिद्धिम अवाप्नोति न शांतिम न param gatim. He does not achieve anything in his life, in this life and also the next life. That mentions. न सिद्धिम अवाप्नोति न शांतिम न param gatim. No peacefulness, no ultimate uh, benefit of human life in the next uh, in the next life as well. na param gatim. So this is what Prabhupada is mentioning here. So Dhritarashtra was like that, nourishing his um, dishonest children in a improper way, impious through the impious days. Na dharmena. So this is yadatu raja swasutan asadhun pushnan na dharmena vinasta drushtihi. So Bhratur Yavistasya Sutan Vibandhun Praveshalaksha Bhavane Dadaha. That too, sending this kind of children, so own relatives, the brothers' children, and their fatherless, see, they are innocents, but he has got a bad desires. It is so cruel, cruel thoughts. That's why he is called a Dhritarashtra. He wanted to steal in improper way the kingdom of his brother. His brother's kingdom. Okay, so likewise in the Srimad Bhagavatam, Sukadeva Goswami started speaking about the Dhritarashtra. Later on, Vidura is going to give counsel. That is how the conversations start between Vidura and Maitreya later on. Right? Okay, that is from Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Okay, so we shall move to Srila Prabhupada's daily letter. So today letter to Uddhava, July 11th, 1970, Los Angeles. It is a tiny letter. Can I request any devotees to read this tiny letter, please? Any unallocated devotees?
Hare Krishna, Babaji.
Yes,
Mm.
Mataji, please.
Okay. Mataji, you want to read? Okay.
No, Mataji, you can read. Yeah. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Mataji. My dear Uddhava, please accept my blessings. I beg to thank you for your letter dated 6th July 1970 along with the blueprint copy of the Lord in the Heart. Thank you very much. It is all right to go ahead with the printing of this second chapter. I have approved all the questionable points noted by Pradyumna, so it is all right. Hope this will meet you in good health. Your ever will wisher, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Jai.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. Any point, Mataji, here?
Here nothing much Prabhuji is talking about the printing, the Lord in the Heart. I think I don't remember which chapter it is, but yeah, he is approving them to print out. I think that's the only thing I can. Yeah, nothing much. Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Yes, thank you, Mataji. This Srimad Bhagavatam, second canto, fourth chapter, Lord in the Heart. Okay, so that is where this is yogis starting about some information about the yogis. Kechisvadehant hridayavakashe pradesha matram purusham vasantam chaturbhujam kancharatanga shanka gadadharam dharanaya smaranti. So that is the Lord, how a yogi is meditating. That comes in this chapter, Lord in the Heart. Okay, so that is about those things, printing of these books. And Prabhupada approved all the questionable points. Whenever there is a spiritual master's approval, it will go perfect. But that is okay. So and then inquiring about good health, as usual. That is from Prabhupada's letter. Thank you, Mataji. And from the announcements point of view, so today evening we have got Kirtan evening at 8 p.m. So now from this week onwards, Kirtans are starting at 8 o'clock only. It will go up to 9:15, 9:30, something like that, as much as, but it may be maximum 9:15. Okay, so that is Kirtan starting at 8 o'clock today. Okay, and coming Saturday is the Bhagavad Gita session. So just as last week we have got the guest speaker, so we push our formatted sessions, one sessions just like that without missing anything. Okay, so we are going to have Bhagavad Gita on coming Saturday by our Sangha speakers only. Okay, those are the updates. And dear devotees, if you have got any other updates or you wanted to share anything on Krishna consciousness, kindly share. Okay, so and also just on the there is some kind of about the Shivaratri. Some people there are so many people maybe sharing like Shiva is great, something like that. In the past times, once we see Narasimha Dev and in the Shiva Purana, there is a Lord Shiva. He takes the form of Sharaba. Sharaba is the form of eight-legged animal, like the bird with the lion, two wings, and then it has got a lion face with eight legs. That is, it is said as the Lord Shiva. And also on top of that, there is another Gandaberunda bird. Gandaberunda, it is kind of two-headed bird, which is very big, gigantic one. That is also, it is the incarnation of Vishnu again. So there is a very beautiful pastimes of Narasimhadev, Sharaba, and Gandaberunda, the three personalities. They generally Vaishnava literatures and Saiva or the Shiva devotees, their literatures, they bit vary. But from the Puranic and Bhagavatam and Padma Purana perspective, scriptures in the mode of goodness, scriptures for the people of in the mode of goodness, scriptures for the people of in the mode of passion, scriptures for the people in the mode of ignorance. If we categorize that one, so this kind of stories we hear from the um, Garuda Purana. So always the Vishnu is established and the Puran, because the devotees of Vishnu, they're always calm and peaceful, just like the Lord. This is the Prasanna Vadanakshanam. Likewise, devotees are also always peaceful. They do not go for any competitions. Likewise, but for people in the mode of ignorance, most of we understand how they are. They always take the shelter of Uh, so Lord Shiva is there to give benedictions to such kind of devotees according to their spiritual level. Okay, so there are a few things. So they comes from Garuda Purana and Shiva Purana, but we don't properly describe or discuss among the devotees. They do not have any. Uh, this is not a kind of transcendental topics to discuss, like which would elevate ourselves. So Srimad Bhagavatam is the topmost, as we say. Okay, so just giving you some information. If you might be seeing something like the Sharaba or Gandaberunda, Narasimha's pastimes. Okay, so that is from this
So,
perspective.
Prabhu, Shivratri is like a Shiv's wedding they're celebrating, or
Sorry,
what
Mataji.
is the Shivratri? Shivratri, they are some like Vaishnava celebrating like a Shivratri. Is
Yeah.
like we said the Krishna's birth. So like this is Shiv's wedding. Is it, Prabhu?
No, Lord Shiva's appearance day.
So, so Lord Shiva's appearance day, but says that Lord Shiva never take a birth or anything.
But so here from the
Mm-hmm.
Bhagavatam, Shiva appeared from the forehead of Brahma in our universe.
Oh, okay. So this is the day, like,
Yes.
okay. So, oh, okay, Prabhu. So I misunderstood. Like some said, okay, Shiva's wedding because Shiva's never appear, Shiva never take a birth or something.
Yes. So, but in the spiritual world, he is always Lord Sadasiva. He is there
Mm-hmm.
always in the spiritual world. But here, this is a material universe. Here, he takes the form of Rudra.
Ah, okay.
Again,
Right,
from the
Prabhu.
Brahma Samhita perspective, from the Mahavishnu, so he creates again Vishnu, Shiva, and Brahma Prajapati. So there are three personalities are created by Mahavishnu outside of this universe. And then one is the Lord Shiva. He gives his potency to uh, the Rudra incarnation within these universes internally. And Lord Shiva, and also Brahma, or who is Prajapati, he also gives his potency to all the Brahmas in all the universes. Unlike Lord Shiva, unlike Lord Vishnu. Of course, those things come in the Brahma Samhita. We would be discussing sooner on Saturdays. Once that Vaikuntha descriptions chapter is complete, we enter into that part.
Ah, okay, Prabhu, thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Okay, any other updates, or we shall conclude and continue with further japa? Okay, so we shall conclude. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Ananta Koti Vaishnavindi ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna, conscious day everyone. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya